Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video. This time, Dragunity. And this video has been a long time coming. A lot of things have been going on. I've been very busy lately, but I wanted to get this video out. Dragunity is one of my favorites. It actually got me into Master Duel. Actually, it was originally Dragon Maids in Master Duel, but then there was a combination that you could run with Dragunity. And then from there, I just got hooked on Dragunity. Let's get into it. So, I'm just gonna preface this is kind of the old way of playing it. There is a new way with Bestials, which I didn't fully master yet, so I can't go over those ratios and combos. But I can at least go through the old way that I know how to play this game, and I mean how to play this deck. And I just want to preface this by saying I love this deck, but it's not that great. Let's be real. It could maybe play through one interruption. Like, say you have the searcher for, say you have Ravine in your hands, and then they negate your search for Ravine. Maybe you could play through an interruption. Maybe you could play through an imperm. But that's really it. You're not getting very far against hand traps, playing into a board. This deck is a little too old for that, but it's still fun when it pops off. Unfortunately, Savage Dragon, Borreload Savage Dragon is on the ban list, so that's unfortunate for this deck because that was one of the main like Omni negates for this deck. But this deck can still do some stuff. I'll show it to you. Alright, so getting into the deck list, right? So one Samsara, this is what you search in the middle of your combo. I'll try and showcase one combo at least for you guys. See if I still remember every step of the combo. But yeah, you run one Samsara. This is basically tribute for bringing back Mistletoe. This Mistletoe card is not once per turn, so you're just kind of abusing it with Samsara. Um, so yeah, let's actually put it like this. You run one Mist Valley Baby Rock, the other Forgotten deck Mist Valley. This is probably the only useful card from it. So when this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard, you can special summon it. And interestingly, this does not work with. I'm not a ruling expert, but this does not work with Dragon Ravine because Dragon Ravine says you can discard one card. I don't know if you could even say that, but Dragon Ravine says you can discard a card, and Mist Valley Baby Rock says when this card is sent. So it's not the same thing, so they don't work together, unfortunately. So this just works off of Gaebulg, which I'll show you in a minute. Dragunity Kus. So this is one of the cards that helps you extend your combo. It is also not once per turn, but it's just difficult getting this on the field. This is a level 2 tuner, but we'll see what we could do, right? Cannot be used as synchro material except for Dragunity monster. This card on the field can be treated as level 4. So you just kind of equip this to one of your Dragunities, and then you just be able to bring it up. You can special summon, and this is not a once per turn either on the special summon. So if you can find a way to abuse it by equipping it to another Dragunity, you kind of want to do that. You should get a free level 2 or level 4 tuner. Remus, this is the searcher for Dragon Ravine, and yeah, you just want many avenues of getting to this card. Let me see if I could explain it. So this is the searcher, right? Then you have Tempest, which searches Remus. You also have the end result, which is Ravine. And then, do you have any other ways of getting to it? Gold Sark. So these are the ways to Man, I don't know. I thought the the camera was crooked. It might still be, but so these are the different ways to start your combo. So you have one, two, three, four ways, right? And then when you count it up, so it's four, five, six, seven, eight, eight ways to get to your starter, which is Dragon Ravine. And I, in the modern game, right? In the modern game, you really want like 9 to 12 ways to get to your starter. So this is actually a little low, honestly. And Tempest. So I'd have to check the ban list again. I'd have to check the ban list if the limits off of Tempest were removed. Because if it was, then definitely run three of these. And then same thing with Gold Sark. I have to check. I don't know if it was Master Duel or TCG if this went to two. Just run it because more ways to get to Ravine is the ways to start the combo. You know, so yeah, just wanted to explain that because it's literally like if you don't see these any one of these cards, then you're kind of screwed. You can't do the combo, unfortunately. Like I said, I'll try and showcase the combo um, at the end of the video. So you need Remus because you can discard this card, add a Dragon Ravine from your deck to your hand. If you control a Dragunity monster, you can special summon this from your graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except dragons. So this locks you into dragons. Just, but you wouldn't play this in any other deck besides dragon decks. But it works well with dragon mates. Phalanx. So this is another way to extend your combos. So this says once per turn, when this card is equipped to a monster as an equipped card, you can special summon this card. So it says once per turn on it, but it doesn't say its name. Like I said, I'm not a ruling expert, but that's considered a soft once per turn. So if you do this combo and then you like bring this back from the graveyard or something, you could recycle that effect. But yeah, I'm not a ruling expert, but yeah, this is a soft once per turn. Legatus. So this is the other piece of the combo. If you control Dragon Ravine or Dragunity, you kind of, this is like the first card you search for off of Dragon Ravine. If you control Dragon Ravine or a Dragunity monster, you can special summon this from your hand. And then has some secondary effect which you never use. So there's that. Then you have Gisarme. This is like one of the two main normal summons. When this card is normal summon, you can target a level 4 or lower wind dragon. Winged Beasts, I guess, is applicable because you have no, you don't, because this is dark. So yeah, Winged Beasts doesn't really apply to this deck. Special summon it but negate its effect. While this card is equipped to a monster, you could special summon it. And then see this? You can only use this effect of Dragunity Gisarme. I don't know if you can see it. You definitely can't see it. You can only use this effect once per turn. So it actually lists its name. So this is the hard once per turn. So yeah, you can only use this effect once per game. But yeah, this is a strong normal summon. Kawaki Miru Drago. This, so if you're able to, so if you don't have any other normal summons, you can just normal summon this. And basically what this does is it kind of locks your opponent out. Because it says neither player can special summon light or dark. I don't even know why I included this card, to be honest. This is just some card that another player included that I had in my list. This isn't that critical or vital, to be honest. This should be just put to the side. It's not really that critical to the deck. Senesis. So this is the other normal summon. you can discard a Dragunity card, equip a Dragon Dragunity tuner from your deck to this card. So that's from the deck. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of your turn except dragon monsters. You can only use effect of Dragunity Senatus once per turn, so that's hard once per turn. If a Dragunity card you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one Dragunity card equipped to this card instead. So this card is kind of old, but it serves the purpose because it's a normal summon. So yeah, you don't need this card in the beginning of the turn, but towards the middle of your first turn, you're gonna want to see it, or at least search it up. Blackwing Zephyros. This kind of just extends your combo because when it's in the graveyard, you can turn a face-up card you control to the hand and special summon this from the grave. But then you take 400 damage, which is a very minor downside. Ducks. So this is the other normal summon. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was saying Koos, but that's actually just one of your tuners. This is the other normal summon. Yeah, sorry I got that confused. But when this is normal summon, you could target a level 3 or lower Dragunity in your grave. You equip that to this card. So you just, you equip your level 2 that could not once per turn special summon, and you got a free level 6 or a free level 8 synchro. As long as you have that tuner in the graveyard, right? And when this card is normal summon, so this is another one, you can target a level 4 or lower wind, dragon, or winged beast in your grave, special summon it, but negate its effects. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can special summon this equipped card, and then it's a hard once per turn. So that's another way to kind of extend your plays, right? Mistletoe we spoke about. This is one of the cards in the combo. It's not once per turn. It says you could special summon this from your hand by sending one face-up Dragunity monster you control to the graveyard. When this card is normal or a special summon from the hand, you can select a dragon-type Dragunity monster in your graveyard and equip it to this card. So this card is broken in this combo, and you'll see why. Destrudo is just broken in general. You just pay some life points and then special summon this from your hand or graveyard. So you could dump this with Dragon Ravine, or if it's in your hand, you could play with it as well. Dragunity Armorgram. This is just a cool boss monster type card that Dragunity has. You can banish 2 dragon and or winged beasts from your graveyard, special summon this from your hand or grave. Then you can target one face-up monster. Its effects are negated. Also, it loses 1,000 attack for each equipped card you control. When your opponent's monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, you can equip it to this card. You can only use each effect, so it's a hard once per turn. So yeah, this is a pretty cool boss monster. So Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. Why would you include this in the deck? So I saw this in another list, and basically you don't care about its normal discard effect because you're not searching Dragon Pendulum monsters. Instead, you could scale this card, and then you can target one Dragon Synchro in your grave or Xyz, but you're gonna go for the Synchro. Destroy this card, and if you do, special summon that target. So this is a way to extend your combos, right? So you just put this in your scale. You target a synchro, destroy this card, and then you can extend your combos even further. So it's a cool card. The ratios are, questionable because you could run 3, but this doesn't start your plays, so you really don't want to see it. You want to see it, but as an extender. But it's debatable. Do you run this at 2 or 3? It doesn't start your plays; it just extends them, right? And then here's some cards I like from the Dragunity archetype. Let's go through Glow first because it's part of the combo. So sorry if you can't see these cards, guys. Add one level 5 or higher Dragunity from your from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can banish this from your grave, then target a monster in your spell and trap zone, equipped to a Dragunity monster, special summon in defense position. You can only use each effect of Dragunity Glow once, so it's a hard once per turn. But yeah, this card is necessary for the combo. Um, so yeah, essential. You search it up. So these are kind of just extra. Oh, let's just finish up the monsters. So we talked about Tempest. You can discard this card, add one win monster. Oh, sorry. You can discard this card and one win monster to the grave, add a dragon monster from your deck to your hand. And then you could also special summon this if you banish some cards from your grave, but you don't really do that in this deck. It's more to search for Remus. So let's just get this card back in its place. Okay, so spell cards and the other spell cards and the trap cards, right? So Dragunity Divine Lands. It's just another kind of extender card. It's not necessary to the combo. Equip only to a Dragunity monster. It gains attack equal to its level, which is very minor. Also, it is unaffected by trap effects, which is interesting. So if they want to throw an evenly matched on you, during your main phase, you can equip one dragon type Dragunity tuner from your deck to the monster equipped with this card. So this helps you, add tuners or equip tuners, right? So it's just another way to extend. So that's why I run it at 1. And then Whirlwind, this is a great going second card, because if only your opponent controls a monster, you could special summon one Dragunity tuner and one Winged Beast Dragunity monster from your deck and negate their effects. Then if your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned from your extra deck, immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon a dragon synchro monster using only Dragunity monsters you control. For the rest of this turn, after this resolves, you cannot special summon monsters in the extra deck except dragon monsters, which is not really a restriction here. And then this is a hard once per turn. So this is cool to see going second, because it gets you into your synchros immediately, and it doesn't lock you out of other extra deck types. It just locks you into dragon monsters. So very useful card. Oh, I didn't even finish. So we spoke about Gold Sark. So what you do is you banish Remus. Right? Am I right here? Hold on. I don't want to misinform you guys. Are you banishing Remus? No. No. You're banishing Tempest. So if this at the bottom, if this card is banished, you can add one wind dragon monster from your deck to your hand. And it's a hard once per turn. So yeah, I'm glad I did not misinform you. Yeah, you banished Tempest. Oof, yeah, I should have known that. So you banish Tempest, and that gets you your combo started. Because that'll get you Remus, and then Remus will search this. So once per turn, why is this card so broken? Because it's not once per turn. Well, it's soft once per turn, so once per copy, right? So you could, if you have 3 Dragon Ravines in your hand, well, you need discard material, but theoretically, as long as you have discard material, you can use each of these cards. It's not hard once per turn. So once per turn, you can discard a card, then activate one of these effects. Add one level 4 or lower Dragunity monster from your deck to your hand, or send one dragon monster from your deck to the grave. So yeah, that is why this card is broken. If Dragunity got support, would it be meta? I'm not sure, but if it could play through an interruption or two, it would be pretty strong. So let's go through Dragunity Oublet. So this is like the Omni Negate trap card. When your opponent activates a spell trap card while you control, well, okay, it's a spell trap negate. While you control a Dragunity Synchro monster, negate the activation, and if you do, banish that card. Then if you control a level 10 Dragunity, you could have one Dragunity monster you control gain 100 attack for each face-up card that is currently banished. And it's one, hard ones per turn. So it's a spell trap negate. Sorry, it's not an Omni negate. And then Tidying is just, very generic kind of trap card that you could run. Target one dragon monster you control and one card your opponent controls or in their grave. Return them to the hand. You can banish this. Yeah, that doesn't apply here. So, this is a card I'd like to run because, I was running this with Dragonmaid originally, and it just works, right? So, this card needs to return. Okay. So, the extra deck. Now, in terms of the tech cards, I mean, obviously, you could run hand traps, you could run board breakers, either style kind of works, but just to show you, 1, 2, 3. So this is 32 cards. You could potentially cut like, the tidying and, if you're not going second, if you're going first, the whirlwinds, that'll get you down to like 20, 29, 30 cards or so, and then some of the normal summons are debatable. So you have about 10 to 12 cards for tech cards. So 12 is pretty decent because then you could run a bunch of hand traps. Let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know how the meta is these days, but if you're going first, you wanna run hand traps because it's always nice to stop your opponent if you get stopped, or just in general, right? So just an example, right? You can run 3 Ash. Nibiru, the ratios are always questionable, so I don't like to see 3 Nibiru, but maybe you do. 3 Imperm. These are some going second cards, right? But defensive cards I always like the Crossout Designator, Call by the Grave. Forbidden Droplet is always good. Super Poly, you have to bake that into your extra deck, so it's not recommended. And Evenly is always super strong, right? So these are some nice hand trap options. You could also run Effect Veilers. You could also run any of the Ghost, hand trap cards. What do I have on this side? I just have Small World and some extra deck cards. So yeah, 12 hand traps is actually pretty strong. In today's day and age of meta Yu-Gi-Oh. So don't think that they can't hang. I mean, 12 hand trap. I mean, I think 15 hand trap is really where these meta decks want to be, in terms of like consistency with their deck, and then I don't know, something doesn't look right with the camera, but bear with me, guys. But yeah, anyway, it's not bad. And then going second, if you want to run 12 going second cards, that's pretty strong too. You'll definitely see something because, like I said, 9 to 12 starters is what you want to see, and if you're running 9 to 12 hand traps or going second cards, you'll definitely see at least one in your starting hand. Like I said, I'm not a deck building expert or a ruling guy, but that's my experience playing Master Duel. So moving on to the extra deck. Sorry about that. So you got Romulus. This is one of the key cards of the combo. If this card is link summoned, you can add a Dragunity spell or trap, or one Dragon Ravine from your deck to your hand. And then it has another interaction which you don't ever really use, so we're not going to talk about that. But so I like to run extras of everything because I'm always afraid of Kashtira, especially in Master Duel. So that's up to you. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 15 exact. You could definitely run some other options, which we could talk about, but this is what I'm running right now. So just to so a really good combination with this is that going second dragon deck. I can't believe the name is escaping me right now. The fire going second dragon deck, because you don't need all of this extra deck, and those cards kind of run themselves. Wow, the name totally escapes me. Um, I'm actually going to look it up right now. Oh, it's not Tenyi, it's Tenpai. Jeez, wow, it's been a minute, guys. Tenpai. Tenpai and Dragunity, because they're all dragons, right? They kind of mesh pretty well. I think honestly the funniest combination I've seen is Tenpai and Buster Blader, because you think they're going first deck and then they throw out the Tenpai on you. But yeah, Tenpai has a bad connotation in the Yu-Gi-Oh community because it's so powerful, right? It's just ridiculously powerful. But if you're into that, you could try that. Um, anyway, moving on. So we got the true Dragunity Romulus, right? Hieratic Seals. So this is part of the combo, but I like to run two anyway. So this is just kind of like a broken Hieratic Seal card. If this card is in the extra monster dome, quick effect, you contribute a monster from your hand or field. Return one face-up card on the field to the hand. Or, so that's like its defensive ability. But if this card is tributed, special summon a dragon monster from your hand or deck, make its attack and defense 0. And then it's a hard once returned. So you could special summon a dragon from your deck. Which, thinking right now, where is my Red Eyes Black Metal dragon? Oh boy. Let me go find that, guys. That is part of the combo. My Red Eyes Black Metal is not here. When we get into the combo section, I will bring that card back. Yeah, you need that card. That's part of the combo. Sorry about that goof, guys, but yeah, I'll bring that card in for the combo section. Borland, I just have this in here. I don't even know how often you could really make this. This is just a really powerful dragon monster in the extra deck. You need 5 dragons to make this. Sorry, 3 plus effect monsters. So that's 4 dragons. But it's a link 5, so I can't really explain this that properly. But so yeah, you need 5 materials to make the link 5. But the 3 plus effect monsters means you could use like a link 2. And yeah, I'm not going to explain this. I'm not going to explain this that well. But basically, this is very hard to make. But if you can make it, this card is busted. It's mainly for Dragon Link decks, right? But I just really like the card. You could probably substitute this for like Boral Sword. Just thinking about it really quick. Anyway, Gaydurg. This is the main piece of the deck. Main card. Now, why is that? Because Once per turn, you can add one level 4 or lower dragon or winged beast from your deck to your hand. Then discard a dragon or winged beast monster. This is the card that works really well with Mist Valley Baby Rock. So you just kind of loop this card over and over, and then you make your synchros, which is Crystal Wing, Erdiber, I don't even know how to say this, Arid Bear, and Ascalon. You know, these are the boss monsters you have in the deck. Like I said, this deck ain't all that these days, but it's still cool, right? So that's why I like this deck. But yeah, missing the Red Eyes Black Metal in my deck was a bad mistake. Sorry guys. Anyway, moving on. What I can do is I can make a separate combo video if you guys are interested in it, because this video is already running pretty long. Then you have Variana. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target a level 3 or lower in your Dragunity in your grave. Equip that to this card. So this can extend your plays. It's a level 6, so you can make this instead of the Gayderg, or in addition to it, and then kind of like extend your plays, right? Decent card. Then you have Lewin. So I included this. So this is kind of what you run in the newer version with the Bestials and stuff. I didn't fully learn this combo, but this is a different. This is also level 6. What this says is if this card is special summoned, you can target a Dragunity in your grave, equip it to this card. If this card is sent to the grave, you could target a Dragunity monster you control, equip this card to that. So it's just another way to interact with your graveyard. It's not really part of the combo that I know, but I'm pretty sure this is a way to extend in the Bestial combo. Crystal Wing. Yeah, like unfortunately, actually let's do Barca first. So Barca is your level 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is what you can make with what is it? Koos and one of your level 4 normal summons, like Dux or Senatus. And basically what this card does is when this card is synchroed, you can target any number of Dragunities in your grave, equip those dragon monsters to this card. So you summon this to either extend your combo or whatever. You actually put this in the extra monster zone, and then you could potentially have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I right here with the 6? Or as many as Dragunities as you have in your graveyard, just put them all there, and if they get all special summon, just special summon all of them. You'll have space for it. It's a great way to get into your level 12s. So like I said, I run 2 of these because of Kestir Unicorn, but you don't necessarily need 2 of them in the main combo. Just 1 is enough. That's the same with all these cards. And then you have your boss. Oh no, let's start with this. This is part of the main combo because it's 2 level 6 dragon monsters. Once per turn, you can detach material from this card, special summon 1 dragon monster from your deck, and make its attack and defense 0. So you make this with Gayderg and Mistletoe, and that's how you get into Red MD. So yeah, this is an essential part of the combo. Then you have your boss monsters. So this is basically what the end board would look like. It would basically ideally be these 3 and your trap card. So you'll have a spell and trap negate, monster negate, monster negate, and this is more like going second. So you don't actually need this in the first turn. So it's more like these 2 and your trap card. So then you'll have a spell and trap negate, monster negate, monster negate. Not too bad for an old deck. Um, anyway, uh, if you don't know Crystal Wing, it's once per turn when another monster effect is activated. Quick effect, you negate the activation, and if you do, destroy the monster. And if you do that, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack until the end of the turn. And then when this card battles, it's like battle protection. Um, an opponent's level 5 or higher. During damage calculation, this card gains attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster. So it's also battle protection. Air de Bear, right? I'm saying that terribly wrong. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish your Dragunity from your grave, negate the activation, and if you do, banish that card. And then it has another battle effect, which I never really get into. But yeah, this is your main card, and this is the going second kind of card because you can banish your Dragunity from your grave, then target a monster your opponent controls, banish it. And that's not once per turn. I believe this effect is, and it's also a when, right? So the timing matters. It's not an if. This is a when. So if they chain block, you're kind of screwed. You can only use each effect once per turn. So yeah, this is hard once per turn. But I believe this one isn't. Let's just double check. Yeah, so if this synchro summon card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can special summon a Dragunity synchro with 3000 or less attack from the extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon. You can only use this effect of Ascalon once per turn. So the other one, where you banish the opponent's monsters, but you have to target them, unfortunately, because this card is old. Yeah, that's not once per turn. So this could clear your opponent's hold field. Ideally, right? If you could target their monsters, you could banish all of them. Yeah, that is the deck. Like I said, I'm sorry about not having a Red MD in the main deck. That is a big mistake for Dragunity fans such as myself. I'll fix that up for the combo video that's upcoming. So yeah, I hope this video helps you guys out, taught you about Dragunity a little bit. Like I said, this was my favorite deck. Getting into Master